All right, here we are. Right, we should do the clappable thing, really, innit? Like, here we go. Clap, ouch. Clap. Clapperboard settings. Happiness is easy. All right. With Dominic Nelson Ashley and Nicola Todd-Morgan in full effect. That's how we are.
Yep, we are here today. It's the 10th of December. This won't go out on the 10th of December, but it's International Human Rights Day today.
Fantastic. And yeah, we should all have them. I know some people want to take them away, but hey.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's not a good thing. No, we've got to celebrate them today and stand up for them. So, yeah, we've we're talking poetry today, aren't we, Dominic?
We are. We're talking many things, but poetry
Always.
is one of those things we are talking about.
Have you had a good week?
I have had a thoughtful week.
Tell me about that.
Well, basically, now that I've gotten a Lifetime Achievement Award, I'm officially an old guy, right? So, like, it's not not just my friends who think I'm old. It's like the world thinks I'm old because I've got a Lifetime Achievement Award. I'm still alive, so they must think like I'm over now. It's over for me. Just put me with a Guinness in the corner of a pub somewhere and a packet of crisps, and that's like he used to be somebody, you know.
Yeah.
No, but the reason why I've had a thoughtful week is that I saw my son sent me some pictures of me from my daughter's graduation last year, and I looked so ill. I looked so really ill. A bloated face, and I felt ill, but I didn't realize how ill I looked. Looking back now from where I am now, I looked really it's not a good look. If I could delete all those pictures, I would. But my daughter's in most of them, and there's her graduation. So hey,
And
she'll be
hey,
showing those
even though
pictures.
you were
She'll
ill,
be
you made it and you lived through
yeah,
it.
she'll be showing pictures forever. I mean, she'll probably cut me out because that's the kind of person she is. But yeah, it is a case of like, right, okay, you've got with getting the Lifetime Achievement Award, it's like one of those things that marks events. Right. So you always have to mark events, no, mark successes, no matter how small, because all the small things make big things. So, the reason why I got a Lifetime Achievement Award is because I have a consistency. Because if you're here today and then like, oh, then you drop the ball for a while, then like, the Lifetime Achievement Award thing doesn't happen, or the recognition for a body of work doesn't happen. So it's all those, and it's sometimes it's very hard to spot. When you're in the middle of it, you go like, oh, this is an incremental win. It's like that's not worth celebrating. It's just like I've just improved by 0.2%. you know, but the amalgamation of those things is what uh, gives you that body of work. And then when we're talking about then it also led me down the line of like nutrition. Okay, and when I say nutrition, I mean that in a variety of formats because just like we have these conversations here, and we try to we say it's called happiness is easy, but every week that's the core of it. But we approaching it from different angles every single week because people are going to receive the information in different ways every single time. Yeah. So when you get into the nutrition thing, it's like, okay, now we're talking about poetry this week. So I brought a book. Yes, I'm coming out with a book here, right? It's the Bob Dylan lyric book. The Bob Dylan lyric book, 1962 to 2001. And it's a fantastic book because it's just his words. It's not him singing because his singing hurts my ears. Like a car being, and then a motorbike being revved up. I can't understand half the things he says. However, in the format of just the words on the page, fantastic stuff. And I understand why people go like, "Oh wow, he was a groundbreaking talent and all that kind of thing," because it makes sense. So, me coming back to the subject of nutrition. taking in the information of Bob Dylan in the format that he normally presents his work in, i.e., singing. I can't take that on board. I get no nutritional value from it. However, in this format, in this lyrical, poetic format, straight on the page, oh yeah, I'm supersizing on that.
So that works for you.
It does work for me.
Yeah. Well, I shall have a look at that book. But
Yep.
I've also got a book. I've got a few today, actually.
Hey. And well, I've got another. I thought you might do, so I'm gonna pull out another one later.
Well, I haven't mentioned it before, but it's Your Brain on Art. And
Oh wow.
it talks about poetry, about how we use it at pivotal moments and things like that, and how it's one of the oldest art forms, and that it's got a lot in common with musicality. So it's interesting that you chose some lyrics as kind of your kind of sample of poetry today. But it does a lot of good things. This is the quote: "The complexities with which our brain constructs the world in and around us, it unifies through thought and language, music and imagery, in a clear, manageable way, most often with play, pleasure, and emotion." There you go. So it's helping you to understand things, which
there we go.
is good. And I'm going to link that to another model from a different book, because there's this concept in positive psychology called PERMA, which is positive emotions, engagement, relationships, meaning, and oh God, what's the last one? Accomplishment. And if you have all those in your life, you have quite a good life. You tend to be not always happy, because you can't be always happy. But if you have positive emotions, engagement, so like with music or poetry or anything like that, and then relationships, so if you manage to communicate well with other people, and meaning, and that last one, and poetry can help with all of that. That's what I was thinking.
Excellent.
It can help with every aspect of that.
Yeah.
But I put it in the same bracket as music. Would you?
Yeah. I would. I would. The only difference is people are more used to the idea of music being a part of life, and it being, a constant with everything, every aspect of their life. Like, oh, I'm happy, I'll play some music. I'm sad, I'll play some music. I want to be happy, I'll play some music. You know, you use music to mark events. It's poetry only tends to come out when when they really, really need it.
Yeah.
It's most people don't tend to go like, hey, life's all right. Da, 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 da. I'll read some poetry. The average person doesn't do that. They go like, all right, yeah, I'll just put some music on in the
Unless you
background.
mean a poem for every day of the year. That's my book.
I've got that one as well, but it's with a different cover.
I've got another one that's a blue cover that is 365 poems, I think.
Yeah. I got that one. Yeah.
I don't read it every day, I must say, but I do quite
Mm,
often.
mm.
Yeah.
But poetry is one of those things people. I suppose it depends on the gravitas of the situation. That some people are into poetry. I'm talking most people like some form of music. Yeah.
Mm.
But it's at pivotal moments of people's lives that'll go like, well, I could do with some poetry now.
It comes out at funerals.
Yeah. Funerals. Ah, right.
You
Yeah,
know,
funeral, births, deaths, marriages, all the classics.
yeah, when people have to express something that they haven't really got the words for because it's quite strong emotions and they're not
Mm,
quite sure how to say it. And that's when
yeah,
they'll grab a poem and go, that's how to say it.
yeah,
But you can use it in your everyday life, but I suppose it takes a bit of engaging with because it's not as accessible as just a tune that you might really like.
yeah. and it takes poetry is not one of those sorts of things that is just on in the background. You actually, as you said, you have to engage with it. You have to be active with it. You have to be, concentrated on, so like, what does this mean? Because most of the time it's not, abundantly clear what it's about straight off the page. You have to like engage with it, analyze it, let it wash over you a bit. And in our fast-paced life, when there's constant noise everywhere, constant distractions. Oh, look, it's a ringtone going or whatever. Actually, going like, right, I'm going to block off this time. I'm engaging with this thing, and which is different to, say, you're reading a book, a novel. It's like, oh, I'm reading this. It's a story. I'll stop there and I'll come back to it. And da da da. Da. Oh, I was on chapter 12. Oh, boy meets girl or whatever. Poetry tends to be it demands more of you.
Yeah. I was working with a young undergraduate who's doing film the other day, and he had a task to make a film with an extract from a poem, and he was in a bit of a bad mood about having to use an extract because he was saying you can't just understand an extract, you've got to have the whole context.
Mm,
Um, but that was his brief, and so eventually I did manage to persuade him that you can actually just take something from an extract, and so he
mm.
calmed down in the end, and we did it. But say we've talked about this line before, like from Mary Oliver's poem, The Summer Day. Just the line, "Tell me what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life."
One wild and precious life.
Your one wild and
Yes,
precious life. What is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?
that's a great line. There's got to be,
Great line. It works on its own.
I'm still contemplating getting that as a tattoo.
But so you don't, I don't think you do have to engage with a whole poem and so on. You can have extracts and they can
Mm.
just get you thinking, can't they?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, just like, you know, if people have a favorite song, they'll go like, oh, they'll sing the chorus. They can't necessarily remember what the verses are. You
Yeah.
know, uh, at our football matches or sporting events, they sing "Sweet Caroline." They just go. They don't do all the other bits of it, do they? You can have every piece of work has ups, peaks and troughs, and it is a case of just selecting the bit that resonates with you at that particular moment in time.
Mm. Yeah.
When it comes to Shakespeare, people go like, "Oh, to be or not to be." That is the question. Don't go. Most of the people can't remember the bit that comes after it or the bit before it.
Yeah. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of
Slings and
outrageous
arrows.
fortune.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And then the bit after that, no, I'm lost now. Yeah, blah de blah de blah. But it's and that is. I remember I was talking to a poet who was I don't know how to describe him really, but he's much better at the craft than I am. And he asked me to describe poetry, and I said I said it's compressed words. He kind of laughed at me. He just went, I don't think I heard from him again. He was like, I think that was the end of that was the end of our artistic interactions. But for me, it's you are compressing ideas into a form. That's how I look at it anyway. That's what I do. It's like you don't need you're getting down to the essentials, and you're putting things in a way that is, for me, it's like easily digestible. Might have to think about it, but like I'm getting back to that nourishment motif again. Is that okay? For me, the purpose of a poem is it gets you thinking, but it's not a 350-page epic. It is a condensed form to give you the same nutrition, the same information in a different form, but it's not. I mean, you do get, I mean, I've written verse novels. You can have the expansive thing, but for me, that's what poetry is. That's why poetry works for me
Mm.
as a medium to create it.
I explain it to young people that I'm working with as it actually works a bit more like your brain works than prose, because we
Mm,
don't actually think or respond to the world in sentences and paragraphs automatically. We eventually translate it into that. But if you think of how you get up and you see the day, you'll be going weather, food, um, uh, got to do this, got to do that, and we don't think in constructed sentences and paragraphs. Um,
mm,
so we're taking thoughts and feelings. We are normally putting, we can put them in a form. We don't have to. We can free verse and all that sort of thing. But
mm,
it actually it sort of expresses what thoughts, yeah, in a more compressed way. I'm agreeing with you, really, aren't I?
mm. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And I bought this book by Frank Skinner, you know, the comedian, How to
yeah,
Enjoy Poetry, because I thought, oh, that's quite interesting because, you know,
yeah,
as he's a comedian, he's into language and stuff, and he did an English degree.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I was a bit upset with it when I got it because it was about 15 quid for it. I thought, oh, it might give me a different perspective. It might tell me something different. It didn't. but
Is it is,
um
is, is he
but I thought it was
maximizing his
nice that he
name
was
there?
encouraging people to, you know, to read it. But yeah, and we were talking about it in terms of using it as a form of reflection and self-reflection and almost a kind
Mm,
of journaling. And you
yeah,
mentioned that some of your poetry is sort of for that purpose. So
yeah,
and some of it was very autobiographical.
yeah. But because I mean, you've got to. You either have to have. Well, but the end they say they write what you know. But it's that thing of like, okay, you write what you know, and then okay, there's also imagination and what is the message you're trying to get across? Because my thing is like my poetry always has to have what's the purpose of it? At the end of the day, always the thing for me. It's like right, okay, there for this because I've been writing and somebody reads it, I've got their attention. So my intention is to have their attention, and then it's got to be useful.
Mm. Well,
You
getting
know,
people's attention in the attention economy is
exactly. That's hard enough as it is. And then if I've got your attention, I don't want to waste it.
very good point. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, otherwise, you know, people could do something else. You know, it's that case of like, okay, I want to move somebody in a particular direction. I want to change their thought processes, shine light on a different way of thinking, or get them thinking about a topic they haven't thought about. Yeah, there's a lot of competition. There's you know, TV, radio, uh, podcasts,
TikTok.
books. Remember books?
No,
Remember books?
not heard
Those
of
big things. The pages in. Remember
them.
them?
um, well, and poetry's had a bit of a revival on Instagram and TikTok. They've
Mm,
actually, you know, you think that that might have damaged them. It's actually been
mm.
brilliant for it.
Yeah, but that then again is well, there's if you think about it logically, right? People we are more fragmented than ever before, right? That sense of community is I wouldn't say gone completely, but it's dissipated, isn't it? That thing of like, okay, you get up, you're in your own bubble, you're on a 0 hours contract, you come home, you're knackered, you don't see anybody because no one's got any money, right? So you're fragmented and you're looking for answers, and people have short attention spans, and we're in a and poetry, as I said, it's compressed words, right? So the internet, like Instagram, TikTok, etc., when they want things, information in short sound bites or short forms, then poetry is perfect for that. Really, it's like I suppose it's the poetry is the original TikTok, isn't it? Oh, I got you know, and Twitter, you know. Oh right, I was. Can you enlighten me in 140 characters? I got you. Here's a little something for you. give me something that will blow my brains in a really small chunk.
Yeah, like a haiku or something. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You can get it. There's so many different forms out there. But that's basically it, isn't it?
Mm,
If you think about it, it's like, oh, because there's nothing new under the sun, really.
no, quote from the Bible. Um, uh, so are you going to share one of your poems with us today?
Oh, oh, you want me to share one? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because you said that sometimes you get people to guess how much of the content is autobiographical or relates
Yeah, yeah,
directly
yeah,
to
yeah,
your
yeah, yeah,
life.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought that
yeah, yeah.
sounded like a good game.
Oh, it's a good game. All right, I shall go. I shall go to the poetry collection. And pull some books out. You can do the hold music.
In the meantime, while you're doing that, Dominic, I'll read a bit from W.H. Auden's Refugee Blues, and I'll see how much I get through before you come back. Say this city has 10 million souls. Some are living in mansions, some are living in holes. Yet there's no place for us, my dear. There's no place for us. Once we had a country, and we thought it fair. Look in the atlas, and you'll find it there. We cannot go there now, my dear. We cannot go there now. In the village churchyard there grows an old yew. Every spring blossoms anew. Old passports can't do that, my dear. Old passports can't do that. There you go. I was just reading from Refugee Blues by W.H. Auden because it's International Human Rights Day.
Okay, okay. Here we are. Right. This one's called Room. I was in the room when my daughter was born. I thought if there was ever a time the missus was going to slag me off, curse me out, this would be it. Between the pushing, deep breathing, screaming, she never did. She crushed my hand though. Remind me never to arm wrestle her.
Yeah, I like that. I don't think you were in a position to complain about your hand being crushed, though.
So percentage of truth in that one.
I think it's probably all true.
All right, there you go. 100% off the top of the head. Uh, okay. Um, Here we go. This one's called Bees. We preach the gospel of financial prudence and get handsomely rewarded for it. You've got contracts, great mathematical conundrums. You've got paper that means you'll get paid. I believe, the government believes, you think it's smoke and mirrors. You are handsomely rewarded with a young, ambitious girlfriend. You are handsomely rewarded with a young, ambitious wife. She has wild childbearing hips. You have a baby. You dote on her. Business is good. Many contracts. Many pieces of paper. Expand. Your baby dies. You believe. The government believes. I think it's smoke and mirrors. You remortgage the house. You have another baby. The baby lives. You spend time with the baby. There is paperwork. There is the remortgage. There is a young, ambitious wife. I believe, you believe, the government thinks it's smoke and mirrors. There is the paperwork. The baby becomes a girl. The remortgage. There is the young, ambitious wife. There is the divorce. There is your pot belly weight gain, the circumference of which is there are the coded messages, the phones hidden in bushes, left in an array of patterns, avoiding creditors, people looking at paperwork of the remortgages. Your baby is now a woman. She lives in a different home. Your ex-wife is ex-directory. You keep bees, simple creatures, thousands in one hive. They fly in complex mathematical patterns. No paperwork.
Ooh, well, I
Ooh.
hope that's not about you.
It's not about me.
Is that, but I think it might be about someone you know.
It is about somebody I know or knew.
It sounds like they had a bad time.
What percentage of truth do you think is in that poem?
Could all be true.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
When you watch this on the video, you'll see my face when the baby dies. I wasn't expecting that. I suddenly go, ah!
Well, that's the thing about poetry. Yeah, you got to be able to grab people's attention, hold it, let them think in a way that they might not have thought of for a long time or a while, that connects with people, and that is the story of somebody's life. As somebody, I was his best man at his wedding,
Dear.
and his life went. We all have no people in our lives, and you look at them going like, "Oh, you're doing much better than me," or "You're moving faster than me." You see things that I don't see, and then life has a funny way of taking people in all sorts of directions.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a sad story that you said about your friend in that poem, because that is how close anyone is to losing everything. I don't think
Mm,
anyone should ever be that complacent because everyone is a
mm,
few steps away from something like that happening, you know.
yeah.
So I don't know how to sort of put a positive spin on that, really. I suppose other than be grateful for what you've got and try and maintain it. Um,
Does there have to be a positive spin?
no, sad things happen. That's
Exactly. But the thing is, you've just gone is like, okay, what have you got from that poem? You've gone up after the shock value, right? Well, is there value in shock? I mean, that's just a turn of phrase. But you've gone like, wow, things like that. Things can change instantly. Remember to be grateful for everything you have and for the small things in life.
mm,
Remember to pause and go like, hey, I might have very little money in my bank account, but you know, everything is can be viewed as quite good
mm,
because, like you say, we're all just a few steps away from catastrophe.
mm. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um,
And it's a short poem. Like I say, I do compressed words.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow, I'm quite shocked by that. That's a really sad story, but it's one that I saw quite a bit when I was in my in the olden days, in the ancient times when I was a solicitor.
Mm,
Um, because people do, lose things and things go wrong. And
mm,
yeah, it's a, the ability to bounce back is really important actually. I was just thinking about, when things go wrong, if you can't recover from things that have gone wrong, that's
mm,
when it really becomes catastrophic, isn't it?
yeah.
Um, it reminds me of do you remember the film from the 90s, Forrest Gump?
Yes.
His mum always used to have this lovely phrase that I really liked where she would go, "There's always something can be done."
Mm,
And I just always thought that was really wonderfully hopeful and optimistic because um, it didn't pretend that there are no problems. It said, work, we've got to find a way to work them out. But yeah, financial ones are tough, aren't they?
yeah, absolutely. I like, on a lighter note, I've got a poem that called Hype Man, which goes something along the lines of um, my daughter has banned me from being her hype man when she's playing poker.
Right?
So you know what a hype man is like with an MC who goes like, "Come on, yeah, coming on stage now is." Da, 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 da. So, that's just like a couple of lines, but that's 70% true because she's very serious all the time. And I just thought that would be a nice juxtaposition. She's always telling me, so like, anytime I'm making any music, she goes, "Stop doing that. I don't like it." And I go like, but me making music is what paid for your education and your horse riding and the lessons and everything. I don't like you making music. Stop it. It annoys me. Right? Okay, so I should stop doing all the things that enables you to have the life that you like.
Yes.
Stomp us off.
Brilliant.
So have you got one of your poems close to hand?
Yeah. I was just thinking whether I should do a miserable one or a
You can do anything you like. You can go I gave you three. You know, the last one was a happy-ish one, and it was the sandwich, wasn't it? I gave you the sandwich. I gave you the sandwich.
well,
You give a positive, you
this
give
one,
one which is not so positive, and then you give one which is a bit more up again.
this one's not positive, but it's not miserable either, which is kind of what life is quite like sometimes. So it's called Carrying. My hip used to hurt from carrying you, as if you were water I needed to drink, to take home, to take in. What a wonder, what a mystery, what an adventure. Who are you? Who will you be? Now I look at your empty room, and while I cry, I know this is what was going to happen. This is what had to happen if things went well. This job, unpaid, unseen by the economy, but the most important job of all, was to make myself redundant, so that you do not need me anymore. And I've done it. You are brilliant. I'm warming up to be grandma. No pressure.
Excellent. Yeah, that is a thing, isn't it? That is the key to parenthood, isn't it? Like, it's built-in redundancy. Yeah, wow.
As well, you're supposed to be redundant.
If it all works out, you don't need me.
Unfortunately.
And the sooner the better. No, if it all works out according to schedule, you don't need me real early. And that's the thing, isn't it? All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you. Go away.
Yeah.
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 I really like being with you. Go away.
Yeah, I don't want them to go away, but they have to, don't they? They have to separate.
Yeah.
Because that's what
Absolutely.
they do. They've got to go away and separate, and they've got to become themselves, because they're going to have to do, if they want to, what I've done.
Yeah.
And then they'll go through the same process. But yeah.
So percentage-wise, are we saying I'm going? That's a strong. I'm going 90% on that one. Truth.
I think it's 100%.
Are you going 100%?
Yeah.
100%. Oh, okay. So you haven't rented out her room then?
No, but my youngest daughter is coming back in 10 days for Christmas, and
for Christmas, okay.
Walking wardrobe, so I
really... Yeah. My son's bed. Yeah, my son's bedroom. I put all my guitars in there. I just sent him a picture, just like, yes, new studio. Do you like it? New recording studio.
Yeah, no, I'll be in trouble if I don't get that moved.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I've got to get that ready. But yeah, so it's slows us down. It gives us space for difficult emotions, because I mean, that was like the discussion we're just having when my kids left. I don't know how you felt about yours, but I was really, really sad for the week. I thought it'd be fine. And I kind of was better when my first daughter went, because my other one was still at home. Not that I prefer one or anything like that. Just that I still had a focus of the other one. And when they both went, I was really quite shocked by how sad I was for about a week.
I remember.
But now I've been visited them and seen how cool their lives are.
Yeah.
I sort of think I
Got a
really
cool
ought to get up
life.
more. You know, but it's much better for them that they're living in these vibrant cities doing all these amazing things than living at home with me in the countryside. You know,
Yeah.
so it's kind of really, it's bittersweet, but I'm very pleased
Yeah.
with what they're doing.
So that poem of yours, is it in your poetry collection?
Yes, my poetry collection called On With the Show by Nicola
On
Todd-Morgan.
with the show, with the squiggle cover.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because On With the Show is a phrase that I've said all the way through being a parent, of like, yeah, you know, sometimes you've got to get up and you're exhausted and but you've got to do all the things that you've got to do to run a family. And so I always used to go, right, on with the show. And so that's why I called it that.
Yes. And correct me if I'm wrong, it is the first publication you had with the Todd-Morgan moniker.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
There you go.
Yes. I had to change my name from Nicola Morgan to Nicola Todd-Morgan because there's another Nicola Morgan.
There are interlopers out there.
Other Nicola Morgans are available. Yeah. But
Excellent.
so yeah, it gives us language for things that we don't understand. It creates connection. It helps make meaning. I think it's a helpful thing. What do you think?
I concur. Today's
You
big word is
concur.
concur.
In that case,
Concur.
if myself and my learned friend concur, then it must be true.
It must be true. Excellent. Okay, on that high point of both agreeing, and we shall wrap it up there. And happiness is easy with Nicola Todd-Morgan and Dominic Nelson Ashley, two esteemed poets with double-barreled surnames.
Indeed. Thank you very much,
Indeed.
Dominic. Have a good week.
All right then.
Bye.
Bye.